So I haven't heard, man. The Suns are planning to waive Chris Paul, making him a free agent in this upcoming offseason.
Fly man ran.
What does the future hold for the future Hall of Famer?
I think he has a few landing spots. I'm not going to say he should be like outside of the league. He's definitely still a valuable player in the NBA. He's definitely still an NBA player. He's not starting NBA point guard anymore for sure though. On a good team at least. You know, teams like the Clippers come to mind.
And you know the other team. Say the name. You don't want it to happen, but say the name.
Nah,
you know.
I mean, hey, the other team that is possible is the Lakers, man. Hopefully we don't get them. I said on Twitter we need to stay forward. Hopefully,
you know our boy coming to grab him.
Yeah, as a Laker fan,
friend.
Rob Pelinka, put your foot down. Stay far away from Chris Paul. Unless he's coming in for vet man and expected to play like 10 minutes a game.
He'd be a good pickup for a championship team if he knows his role. Because he's the type of guy that, like, every once in a while, you be like, dang, he got 30. It's been
he killed us tonight.
It's been 15 games. I ain't even. And then he come back to, you know, averaging his little 8 points and 8 assists. But that's okay, because we don't need you to do that. And then, you know, then the playoffs come. Granted, he don't get hurt. Knock on wood for him. It'd be like he got that veteran leadership, although he hasn't won a championship. He has been there. You know, so he'll be a good piece on a championship team. How
about the Bucks?
Yeah, the Bucks. There you go. That's a good team. Yeah, the Bucks. That's he probably would be a good off the bench point guard for the Celtics as well. They could probably use some leadership as well.
T brought him up. What was last week? 2 weeks talking about the Celtics, or 2 weeks ago talking about Celtics.
That was
Chris Paul.
That's my point. Like my thing, Boston. We've been on this show for years, past 2 years anyway. How they need a real point guard. You can still start Marcus Smart, but late in the game where you got to give Tatum the rock and his spots, get Chris Paul out there.
Yep.
Because he that floor general that they need.
He played about 15 minutes a game, you know, just where he could just really just not expecting nothing of him. He come in, he get his couple minutes in, so he stays warm within the game. And in the fourth quarter, he can come in and really show himself, and he has some legs in that fourth quarter. Who the Sixers starting point guard? I can't even think right.
James Harden and Tyrese Maxey backcourt. I don't know how you want to say his point guard is.
They got a little weird situation, so I won't say the Sixers.
Depending on what happens with James, though. I mean, if James leaves, then if you want to start him with Tyrese, like I said, you have to have a strong start. You have to have a strong starting defensive lineup if you start Chris Paul. Boston might be able to start him because Boston got the two J's on the wings. You know, they decent defenders, both of them. Robert Williams in the paint. So they can probably get away with starting him. They'd be rough though, but
he just need to go somewhere where he ain't got to guard the best. He can't. He is okay. Yeah. His whole career, he's had to guard the best or second to best player. He's at a point where he could like, hey, look, I can guard him for a play or two. You know what I'm saying? But like after that, I'm gonna start getting cooked.
Yeah, he's the guard the guy sitting in the corner.
Yeah, exactly, just to save his legs. But I agree with you. He's still a good NBA player. I'm gonna take it over to you.
I think Boston would probably be the best fit for him if he wants to compete for a championship in the team. They need a point guard. It's just the mess with Mazzulla. That's the only thing, because Chris Paul, he headstrong, and Mazzulla is fucking up. Paul will
hey, he will, man. That'll be a battle.
So that, and honestly, well, I mean, hell, that's why if Boston can probably, let's say, if Mazzulla can convince Doc Rivers to join his staff, I think Chris Paul would respect Doc more, so he would tone it back a little bit. Out of respect for Doc. But yeah, I think Boston that's the only team I really see that as best fit. If he comes to the Lakers, I'm with you, with both of y'all. He stay away from the Lakers. That does us no good at whatsoever.
At all, man. At all.
Does this come from front office management saying like, hey, we can't have Chris Paul another year's contract, or you think maybe this came from a KD or a Book? Like,
I think it was a money thing. I think KD and Book messed with him, but they got to get. He just wasn't. He played really bad. And the writing was on the wall. He's overpaid. They're trying to figure out a way to make some cap room. It's not about anybody disliking him.
Right.
It's about money, in my opinion. And he's not the end. His play don't justify the money he making no more.
No, that's facts. I think it comes down to. I don't think it was a KD or a Book thing. I think it was a Matt Ishbia thing. I think Matt Ishbia came in and he said what you said, Doc. He's not worth this amount of money anymore. he's either not available or when he's out there, he's not going to be at the benefit of the team. Like we're at a point where we're past him right now. So I think it was a front office decision.
And honestly, we're looking at it from Chris Paul saying, well, what does Phoenix do moving forward from a point guard perspective? Because now they only have Cameron Payne. He'd be their starter at least for today, and then Landry Shamet. I mean, you can't have Book being your point guard all year.
That's a good question. I don't think you could do it either. I think I would experiment with more Book on the ball. I think he definitely did show in the playoffs that he's an improved playmaker on the ball. He had a couple games where he had 12, 10 assists. Maybe they go after Kyrie. I'm not sure what they plan on doing, man.
That, or they could even talk to Chris Paul about reconstructing his contract, because if he comes back for a reasonable fee, he like we said, he's still a good basketball player. So I wouldn't take. You said that earlier, Rand. I wouldn't take that off the table as long he's just not worth $30 million a year.
Yeah.
If he comes back, he come back for five M's. You know what I'm saying? I'll take Chris Paul for 5 M's a year.
Yep. He definitely still can't sign him back. He has to clear waivers first, but yeah, he definitely can't come back. Like you said, a lower deal. Yeah. Why not?
I'll bring him back for $5 million a year. He's worth that, I think.
At this point, you Chris Paul, man, you can't be hopping from team to team this late in your career.
Yeah. If I'm him, if I'm Chris Paul, I want to go back to the Suns. Like, all right, look, I feel like if I'm the owner, I bring them to look, man, we can't afford you to. I want to. All right, look, we can waive this. That'll make this go. Some of that go in the cap space where you're not losing all your money, but like we have more cap room if it's 5. You come back on maybe a veteran min or whatever, something like that.
Yo, don't miss out on any more of this dope content. Make sure you subscribe and follow, like, share, save, all that good stuff, man. Peace.